Hey, what is going on, everybody? In today's video, we are going to be talking all about the Timeless Looks event, which includes the new Form and Function 7-day milestone, which we have, and considering the bonus Dress to Impress event, which will be happening after this milestone, and take a look at the new costumes available throughout this event. Finally, we do have another math spreadsheet, because I know you guys love this, where I've broken down all the pink bits that are obtainable throughout this event, calculating what you can expect to get bit-wise through War, Raids, and Arena, which is the main part of that 7-day milestone, and I'll give my final thoughts on this event, and hopefully we can all come out the other side with an extra costume for the character of your choice. So without further ado, let's get this show started. Alright guys, and so here we are with the Timeless Looks event that's gone live now. It is a 7-day event, so to be clear, and we have the Form and Function milestone, which is also live, and we are going to be getting this bonus event, Dress to Impress, which is after this 7-day milestone, which is, I guess, going to reward us with pink flash bits through campaign energy. Most likely it's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. I did include that in my spreadsheet as well, so we can kind of maybe think ahead as to how many pink flash bits we might actually accumulate over this. What's not, actually, you know, it does say for 7 days, so it should be for 7 days for how much campaign energy you spend. So that's what it looks like. So 7 days of this current milestone, and then 7 days for this campaign energy pink flash bits stuff. So let's click on that. We can kind of see this here, and again, I have this all calculated in our spreadsheet math, which is going to be in the second half of the video here. But you can see as you go down along, you're getting pink flash bits. It does cap out at 62,500, so that's interesting as well. And it does last for 21 days. So as you go through, there is some Elite 4 credits in here. There's some orange catalyst stuff, more pink bits. So 1 orb of the Elite 4 here, and then we get down to the Armory 14 orbs, and then there's some Armory 15 orbs down here as well, and then the SBCs and the pink flash bits just ramps up. And at the very end, the very last milestone, you do get an Elite 5 orb out of that. So that's not too bad either. And how you score this: win or lose a war battle, win or lose arena battle, win or lose raid battle. So I have this all calculated in the spreadsheets as well. What's nice about this is, unlike other events where it requires you to use certain characters, this doesn't matter. You can use whichever characters you want for this, so do make sure you're maximizing as much as you can for War, Arena, and Raid. As we get to the math, we'll see that it is kind of hardcore in order to complete this, to get the amount of bits that you need for the costumes, so be cautious about that. That was 2 C words. I didn't mean to do that. So let's click on the costumes. Let's go into the costume store. I think this is the fastest way here. So these are the 2 Wandavision costumes. These are 50,000 apiece, and Thor is actually only 25,000. So that's interesting. So when we get to how much pink flash bits that we actually are going to get over the course of the event, do keep in mind this number, that they are both, these 2 are 50,000 and Thor is 25,000. So what this sounds like to me is that you're probably going to have an option of either getting Thor and having leftover flash bits possibly, or just picking one of the Vision and Scarlet Witch ones. It doesn't look like you're gonna have enough to get both. I think this is not likely at all. You might be able to get maybe one of these and then Thor, but you definitely aren't going to be able to get both of them, so you're going to have to think about whether or not you want Vision or whether or not you want Scarlet Witch. And for me, if I do get it, it's probably going to be Vision, because I do have 6 red Vision, and I just kind of hope that I don't know, he becomes useful down the line, but we'll have to wait and see. And if you don't get any of the costumes, I do want to say that they do get converted to costume credits at a 60% ratio. This was mentioned in the blog post and might be mentioned in the info panel as well for the event. So if you don't actually end up getting any of these costumes, then they will get converted into standard costume credits, which you can use to buy other costumes. I don't know if these are also going to become available for higher value costume credits. I have no idea how that's going to work yet, but yeah, just wanted to let you guys know in case you don't finish the event. And I'm almost there on my Nick Fury costume, which all this is running simultaneously, so I'm sure people are getting confused between gold bits and pink bits and all this stuff. But that's just the milestone portion. Let's jump over onto the math spreadsheet. That way we can look at what we're all talking about and what you're going to need to do to get these pink flash bits for the costumes. Alright guys, and as usual, this will be included in the description below if you want to take a look at this on your own time, but we're going to go through this together to make some sense of this. So this is the Timeless Looks event, pink flash bits, this is all what we're talking about. And this big square here, this is the form and function milestone. So this is what we looked at earlier with the pink bits. This is the primary way that you're going to be collecting pink bits. Now, basically the nuts and bolts of all the rewards here, I skipped out on some of the orange bits, on the orange catalyst pieces, but by the end of everything, you are going to accumulate a total of 40,000 pink bits from all of the milestones. I added all that up. These are the different categories here: 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and so on. You are going to get a full Elite 4 orb as well out of this at the different milestones, at milestone 7 and milestone 12. There is also going to be 8 Armory 14 orbs. Sorry, 4 Armory 14 orbs. What did I say? 8? I didn't mean to say that. I mean 8,000 fragments or 8 Armory 14 orbs. You're also going to get an Elite 5, but this is the very end, as we saw here at milestone 20, so that might be a little bit more challenging to get. There is going to be 2 Armory 15 orbs here, and a total of 370 SBCs across the various milestones, so it's not too bad there. But how do we score this? How do we get there? And that's what's important to know. So this is how you're going to get the milestone points, how we get to the end. This is what we're calculating. So one war battle is 800 points. So if you see this here, basically I kind of did calculations based on what I think that some people or the average people might do. So if you do your free war attacks, you're going to get, that's obviously 6,400 points. That's that times 8. 12 war battles, if you really go ham on this, then you can collect 9,600. Now, the average weekly points, I did actually do this, and I kind of basically took 6 war battles as an average metric over the course of the week, which is 3 wars. Now, I know that a lot of people probably do more than 6 attacks, but I just kind of wanted to put this somewhere in the middle in terms of the amount of war attacks overall. And this gets you a total points of 14,400. Now, this is kind of interesting when you look at the rest down below, but let's carry on. I'll kind of jump back to this a little bit here. So a raid battle here I have as the average, 200 points per raid battle. There is 2 raids running simultaneously. Keep in mind that's the Ultimus and the Greek raids. So it depends on how many raid attacks you also get in on a daily basis. So I have a couple of scenarios here. 10 raid battles, 20 raid battles. So that would be 5 each or 10 each on each raid, and that would give you these points respectively. Now, in terms of the average daily points that I wanted to add up, I kind of put in somewhere in the middle. So 15 raid attacks across both raids. This comes up with a grand total of 3,000 points for daily. Now, weekly, I mean, obviously you can just multiply that by 7, and that's what we're going to have at the bottom here with the total weekly points. So scrolling down for the arena, this is really easy. 300 points per battle. If you do all 5 of your battles, you're going to get 1,500, and then the weekly would be that times 7. So the total weekly points, when I added it up, and I'll show you the math here. Actually, you can't see it on here. So you would take this value here. This is what I took the war battle, the 14,400, and I added this 3,000, multiplied that by 7, and then took this multiplied by 7 as well, and you get 45,900 points, which is interesting because it's actually not enough, because the required points to finish the milestone is 50,000 milestone points. So what does this mean? Well, it means that my average points here for war and raids was not enough, which means that you're going to need to do more than 15 daily raid attacks and more than 6 daily war attacks if you want to compensate and clear this milestone. So you're going to need to make up another 4,100 points somewhere, which can be a combination of more raid battles or getting in war battles, because war is 800 points. So if you did, let's say 10 war attacks, 10 war attacks I think is a little bit more reasonable for those who do push a little bit harder in war. That would give you, an extra 3,200 points actually per war. So that alone would actually make up for the rest of it, and you could still do just 15 raid attacks over both raids, or 7.5 or 8, whatever, per raid, and that would still get you the number. So if you want to compensate and make up for this 4,100 lost, you can do it with a combination of extra war and raid attacks. But yeah, this kind of average that I thought about isn't actually enough to clear it. So that also assumes that you're maximizing your arena battle. Now, we could actually think about how much it would take if you did, how many points you would earn if you actually did literally everything. And we could calculate that, but I'm not going to. I would have to calculate 12 war attacks, which is very unlikely over 3 wars unless you spend, and then raid attacks. I don't know how many you can get realistically in a 24-hour period. Maybe 10 each maximum if you start right at the beginning. So, but as you can see, as long as you do all of your stuff and you maybe do a little bit more of war and a little bit more of raid than what I said here, that you can still come away and clear this milestone. But it is kind of hardcore in the sense that casual players and players who maybe aren't super active don't expect to clear this milestone. That's what I want to get at. So that's the 40,000 pink bits that you're going to get here for this. What I do want to talk about, though, is the campaign energy sort of bonus event that's going to be happening after the milestone. Because obviously you can see 40,000 pink flash bits isn't 50,000 flash bits, which we need to get one of those, the premium costumes there. So 50,000 for the Wandavision costumes, which I have down here at the bottom, actually. And 25,000 for Thor. So you would obviously be able to get the Thor costume, but not the WandaVision one yet. So let's take a look at campaign energy, because this is kind of important. So assuming it's a 1-to-1 ratio, now I don't know if it is, but this is kind of how much energy you can expect to get on a daily basis through just your regular consumption. So you get 288 free-to-play energy here, and that's just your 12 energy you get per hour times 24 hours. Your free refreshes, there's 3 of them, that gives you 80 energy, so that's an extra 240 there. And then if you do your 50 core refreshes, that's actually an extra, that should be 480 actually, not 400. So that gives you a total of 1,008 energy. So if it is a 1-to-1 conversion for energy to bits, then I don't know why I had 920, so it should be 1,008 actually here. So you can see that you would get 1,008 bits per day. So that's, if it's a 7-day event, that's potentially, what, roughly another 7,000 pink bits. So 40,000 plus 7,000 gets us 47,000. I'm not sure if their math is inaccurate again, because Nick Fury had some problems with that event. So I'm not sure if I'm missing anything here. What I don't know, obviously, is maybe the conversion rate for the energy isn't 1-to-1. Maybe it's 1-to-2 or something like that. So it's actually double. So maybe instead of 7,000 bits, you're going to get 14,000 bits, and therefore that would qualify, because that would be like 54,000 total. I'm not sure. So we might have to wait and see about that. But what I see so far, you know, kind of presents some questions here, and I'm unsure. Definitely, if you're wanting to get Thor, that should be no problem. You'll get that. But when it comes to the WandaVision costumes, I'm not sure what their game plan is here. So these are the numbers here. I hope that some of this helped, though, to kind of give you guys an idea of how much you're going to have to play, both in War, Raids, and Arena. Make sure you get those 5 Arena battles, because I know not everyone does that. Whether or not you actually do it seriously or not, you can always just like go into battle and, you know, hit the quit button and just lose, and you still get the points for the Arena battle for this milestone, but also for World Warrior and other things like that, too. So don't feel like you need to compete necessarily in all of these Arena battles, but you just have to make sure you do them in order to maximize your points here. So I hope that kind of laying all this out helps you guys think about how much you're going to have to play the game, how much you're going to have to do in War. Make sure you get those extra war tags in with your Alliance and with Raids as well. So make sure you get those in. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of tight, I think, here to get any of the WandaVision costumes. And again, it looks like it might be short, but maybe we'll hear more about that later, and I'll update the video probably in a comment or something in the description maybe as well, if I learn about where this extra bits are going to come from, and maybe we'll find that more next week. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do an update to this video. But that's it for just now, guys. So there's everything laid out for you. And again, if you want to take a look at this spreadsheet, I'll have it available in the description below, and you can find it in my Discord channel if you happen to be a part of that as well. If not, I recommend you joining up there. So I would appreciate you guys smash that like button down below. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And of course, until next time, guys, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Boylon signing out.